48 Hours, starring Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte. This is one of Eddie Murphy's best movies. This is pure Eddie Murphy in this movie. Nick Nolte is good also, don't get me wrong. But this is definitely an Eddie Murphy platform. Jack Gates, Nick Nolte's character, has to pull Reggie Hammond, Eddie Murphy's character, from jail on a 48-hour pass. And he brings him out to help him find his gang member, Albert Gans, who is right now on a killing spree. He's shooting cops and everybody. And the only person that has any real knowledge of him is Reggie Hammond, played by Eddie Murphy. He's a smooth-talking criminal, really. That's the only way to say it. He's a thief. And he is in for himself. He'd like to catch Gans because he wants to get his share of the money that they stole, that Gans is taking from him. But he's also, on a side note, trying to get trim, which I didn't think they'd actually even use that word in a movie. It was something we said in the neighborhood, but I was like, wow, he's trying to do what? That adds to the humor. There's bar fights, there's Eddie Murphy cussing, and that was always hilarious. I mean, anybody can cuss, but he made it a comical art form, which everybody does now. Everybody gets on stage and says, mother, and you son of a brother. Everybody does that now. But he made it, I can't say he originated it, because before him you had Red Fox, you had Richard Pryor, you had Lenny Bruce, you had a lot of other people. But Eddie Murphy at this time, in the mid 80s, the early 80s, made it an art form. And the movie only made like $78 million, which was, I guess, okay then. But today, you know, movies are making, the big ones are making billions of dollars. So it was a meager amount compared to today. But I think this was one of the best all-time buddy cop movies. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of really good buddy cop movies. But this one had a really good plot. This one was written well, acted even better. There's a lot of catchphrases that come from this movie. You know, Luther, are you mad at me? And you know, it's just a bunch of stuff. Don't hit me, Jack. It's a funny movie. And again, with Nick Nolte and James Remire as the premier bad guy. I enjoyed this movie. This movie was my introduction into Eddie Murphy movies. I think it was his first one. Might have been Trading Places, but I'm pretty sure it was this one. I'd have to look that up to be sure. It probably says on the screen right now, because I'm sure I've looked it up. And this movie was so good that I would give this movie, even though it's an older movie, I would give this movie 8 bags of popcorn, man. 8 bags of popcorn, because the way it was acted, the comedy, they brought it all together. This was one of my favorite, and still is one of my favorite all-time movies, let alone my favorite Eddie Murphy movie. So, that's what I think about it. More importantly, what do you think about it? Have you seen this movie? What's your favorite Eddie Murphy movie? Let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, if you like the video, if you like the content, subscribe. And then like.